Welcome to Astra, the literal five-head agent. Astra, Valorant's new agent hailing from Ghana, harnesses the energies of the cosmos to reshape battlefields to her whim. With full command of her astral form and a talent for deep strategic foresight, which I, for one, am a huge fan of, she's always eons ahead of her enemy's next move.
I set the punishments on them.
I'm your host, Esportsdoug, and I'm here to make all of you Astra mains Radiant ready. Before we dive into Astra's full kit, we wanted to explain the buy menu because, to be completely honest with you, it's a bit confusing and, quite frankly, it can be very intimidating. But don't fret, we're here to help. You'll see that you start with 2 stars. Each star costs 200 credits, and Astra is very different in terms of normal agents as she gets all of her abilities to start, but you have to buy the stars to use them. Every time the round ends, you get another 2 stars. Pretty OP, right? Any stars you don't use from the previous round will carry over and you'll have another 2 stars until you max out at 5. Got it? Good. Now, let's jump into her kit with Astral Form. Pressing X, or your ultimate key for those of you who change around your keybinds, will literally bring you into space, and while you think this might be some crazy acid trip, we promise you, it's way better than that.
That should win.
Once you're in Astral Form, you have the ability to place the stars you bought around the entire map. Yes, the entire map, giving you control over multiple sites if you have all 5 stars active.
That should win.
Once your stars are placed, they will not disappear and enemies will not be able to shoot them to disable them. You can, however, recall the stars similar to Killjoy's abilities with the F key, and this will cause a star to dissipate. Dissipate can be used in either astral or human form and will briefly create a fake nebula, we'll talk about that in a minute, at the star's location before returning to your kit. It gives you even more ability to galaxy brain your opponents. Quick tip, taking damage or changing weapons while in astral form will knock you back down to Earth. So be extra careful where you choose to take your galactic journey, as you won't be able to hear your enemies as they approach you. Now that we got the stars down, let's dive into her kit and take a look at her first ability, Gravity Well. Gravity Well is a gravitational pull that draws all enemies to the center of the well before it explodes, and makes all enemies inside of it vulnerable.
Pulling them in. Settle.
Next up, Nova Pulse. Consume one of the stars to concuss all enemies within a radius. Nova Pulse will charge up and detonate, leaving your opponent concussed for a few seconds and allowing you to get the drop on your enemy. Astra's third ability is Nebula. Activate a star to transform it into a nebula or a smoke that lasts for 15 seconds before disappearing. The smoke is slightly smaller than a brimstone smoke and is hollow when you enter it, very similar to Omen's smokes. Now for an ultimate ability that's truly out of this world, Cosmic Divide. Use secondary fire in astral form to begin aiming Cosmic Divide, then press primary fire to pick a point. Press primary fire again to pick a second point. An infinite Cosmic Divide connects the 2 points you select that quite literally splits the map in 2. Cosmic Divide blocks bullets and heavily dampens audio for the duration of the wall, roughly 20 seconds. Be cautious, however, as abilities such as a Race Showstopper, a Roomba, or a Blind from Reyna will still go through the wall. All in all, Astra is a stellar addition to the Valorant lineup, and I think she has the opportunity to be a star in any composition she's a part of. Her kit is insanely complex, right? There's so much intricacy involved, and I can't wait to see how it pans out. I really think we're at a point where we may see the pace of rounds change. We may see the way teams think about the game change entirely, and I'm excited to see what's on the other side of that. I'm also really excited to see what you guys come up with in your ranked matches, in your unrated matches, or anywhere else you're going to be playing Valorant's newest agent. For more in-depth analysis and guides for Astra, make sure to check out .esports.com and subscribe to the YouTube channel.